If you've been watching us for the last few videos, you know that we're travelling in Thailand right now. Because we've been travelling through here, and it's our first time travelling through here, we've found out a few things that travellers should know before they come visit Thailand themselves. That's why we're making this video. First thing off the list is the first thing you'll need when you land into Thailand or you travel overland, and that's a visa. Very, very easy to get if you're from certain countries. As soon as you fly in, you can cross through customs, they'll stamp your passport and you get 45 days or 30 days depending on where you're from.
When we got here, for us the most important thing to do was doing a SIM card, because we work online and we need to have a good internet everywhere we go. We did our SIM card at the airport. Maybe we paid more for it, we probably paid more for it, but we got unlimited internet at a very fast speed. In Thailand the SIM card works this way. You can pay more to have faster internet, and you will pay more if you want more gigabyte or if you want unlimited internet. We did a SIM card with True, which is one of the most famous company in Thailand, and we paid at the airport 900 baht for unlimited fast internet for 30 days. Then when we renewed it through the True app, somehow we paid only 300 baht. There was an offer, not really sure what happened, but unless you need internet absolutely immediately before leaving the airport, I would recommend going to the city center in Bangkok first and do a SIM card there. We have been using True now for the past 4 or 5 weeks, and we always hotspot to our computers. And I have to say that we never had a problem. It has always been very, very good. We are video editors, so we always download and upload a very big amount of gigabyte. So if we say that internet is good, yeah, we guarantee you that it's good. Another thing that you need to know is that the Wi-Fi is very good as well. Right now we are in Koh Lanta, and we have in our hotel the fastest Wi-Fi that I have ever seen in my life. It can upload 10 gigabytes in about 2 or 3 minutes. Never seen anything like that. So if you don't do a SIM card, don't worry, you will find very fast Wi-Fi in the hotels. What we do is we always book our hotels in Booking, and we read the reviews of what people say about Wi-Fi.
Next thing you know about Thailand is that there's an app called Grab, and it's basically the Southeast Asia version of Uber. So you can jump on Grab, download Grab to your phone, you can order transport, you can order food, you can order a whole range of different things with Grab itself, and the price that we've found for transport getting to and from is always better than tuk-tuks and taxis themselves. And you can see the price on your phone. So if you want to go from A to B, the price will pop up. It's so much money, you know exactly what you're going to pay. You can set up a payment option in the Grab itself, so you don't have to hand over cash either, or you can choose not to do that and hand over cash on the spot. Grab is absolutely essential. It's gotten us out of a lot of tight places where we needed to get transport and we haven't found a taxi, and we don't want to take tuk-tuk. That's another story again. For us, our experience with tuk-tuks hasn't been the best.
It's been bad.
Yeah, we're not very good at haggling, and a few times we've overpaid by a lot, and at least 1.5, nearly 2 times we've been taken for a ride and dropped at a place where we hadn't wanted to be. Be very careful about tuk-tuks. It's unfortunate, but it's a fact of Thailand. They're there. You'll pay for them, do it once for the experience, and then other than that, find a different way. There's plenty of other transport options out there.
In some big cities you will find some collective tuk-tuks. Like in Chiang Mai you will find the red, yellow and I think white, maybe blue taxis. They each go in a different direction according to the color. And being collective taxi, they are basically public transport, and they have the price written outside. Usually it's 30 baht inside the city, but if they will take you outside the city, it will probably be around 50 baht. They're very useful, and you usually don't have to haggle with them. They will just give you a fair price straight away. Unfortunately, you won't find them in every city, but so far we have seen them in Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, so in the northern province of Thailand, and I think we saw them here in Koh Lanta as well.
The next helpful thing that we found, and that you guys should know as well, is that it helps to speak a tiny little bit of the Thai language when you're visiting this country. It's just a little sign of respect to the Thai people, a little bit of a nod. You're a guest in their country, it's helpful to speak a little bit of the language. And two very helpful phrases are one for hello and one for thank you. Hello, and we are not experts at all by any means, any stretch of the imagination. We're not great at the Thai language. So a little disclaimer, we might be saying this a little bit wrong or a lot wrong. So do your research before, but anyway, moving on. Hello in Thai that we've found is sawat di, and then you add like an honorific at the end of it, depending on if you're a man or a woman. So it's sawat di krap or kap, we've heard, for a man, and for a woman it's
Sawadika.
And you'll hear this all the time, these honorifics, the ka and the krap, they're everywhere, you'll hear it. It's a friendly, respectful thing that they do. The next one is thank you, and that is, and I might be saying this wrong, so just bear with me, it's kap kun krap for men.
And kapun ka for women. One thing that you will notice is that Thai people will put krap or ka at the end of every word, even English word, so you will hear people say thank you ka, or hello ka, or yes ka, okay ka. And longer is the sound, more respectful it is. If you hear them saying ka very long, that means that they really like you, they're very respectful towards you. This is what I have been told by a friend who has been living in Thailand for a few years at least.
And we've been told that Thai is a very tonal language, so how you express yourself in your tonality will make a difference in the message you're trying to send as well.
When you say thank you or hello in Thai, also try to put your hands together in a sort of a prayer and do a little bit of a bow, like kapunka, and it's nice and respectful towards them instead of being the tourist who just speaks English and doesn't even put a little bit of an effort.
We've mentioned Grab, we've mentioned tuk-tuks, but obviously there's a few more methods to get around, especially the big cities. When we were in Bangkok, we found buses, very easy to catch. As long as you've got a SIM card, like we discussed before, you can type in your destination on Google Maps and press the bus option or the public transport option, and it will give you the exact bus to take and when it was supposed to get there. And the bus stop you're supposed to get to, so it will give you the bus stop, the bus number, and when it's supposed to leave. When it's supposed to leave is a little bit loose, a little bit flexible, so it might say it leaves at 9 o'clock and every 5 minutes there's a bus after that. That might be not quite accurate, but as long as you stay at that bus stop, the right number bus will come along eventually and you'll be on your way. The thing with buses inside the city itself is that there's no way to buy tickets. So you literally board the bus and a lady or a man will come along and collect your money for the fare. Depending on the bus, it will either be 40 baht or 60 baht. I think we've had one that's
28
20
baht,
baht,
14 baht. It's very cheap.
Very cheap way to get around and pretty comfortable as well. Sometimes you might have to stand up, but that doesn't matter. Another very effective way to get around big cities, especially cities like Bangkok, are the trains and the metros and the sky rail. Pretty easy to bumble your way through. You can go through a ticket office, or you can go through a gate and you tap your Visa card or your credit card and that will let you in and off you go. Again, type in your destination on Google, press the train option, public transport option, it'll tell you the right train to get on and when it leaves.
Another fun way to explore Bangkok are the ferries. They're very cheap. They are local ferries. I think we bought one for like 28 baht each. And it's very interesting because you will be able to see the contrast between the poor part of Bangkok, that usually they are the houses just next to the riverbank, and all the skyscrapers in the distance. very interesting, I think is a must to do in Bangkok. You can stop in Chinatown, Little India, we have been to Asiatic. It's very nice. Be aware that many ferries won't run in after dark, so if you get stuck in a spot far away from your hotel, you will have to get a tuk-tuk or a grab. So we recommend checking the time of the ferries before going to explore, so you're sure that you will be able to get back to your hotel.
If you're feeling brave, you can always rent a little scooter or a car to get yourself around Thailand. You will need to get an international driver's license. However, they will be a little bit more relaxed in the smaller places, and more down south you go, the less they will check. Disclaimer, if you get into an accident and you don't have a license, your insurance won't cover you and you'll be in a lot of pain and no insurance. There are a lot of scooter involved accidents, especially involving tourists in Thailand every year. Be very, very careful if you decide to rent a scooter. Scooters will cost around 150 baht per day to 250 baht per day, depending on where in the country you are. We found that up in the north, they're a bit cheaper, down the south, a little bit more expensive, but they don't check your license.
You will get a better rate if you want to rent the scooter for an extended period of time.
In Thailand, they drive on the left as well. Handy for us Australians or people from the UK, because not a lot of places in the world drive on the left, but they do here in Thailand, so be mindful of that.
If you are from the US or other parts of the world in which you drive on the right, remember that we here in Thailand drive on the left, because we saw a few backpackers driving on the wrong side of the road. And we have seen also many tourists driving without a helmet, without shorts, without shoes. Please wear a helmet. If you come to Thailand, yes, they won't check it, you probably won't get a fine, especially in the islands, but please wear a helmet. You should know better, really, wear a helmet. Another very important thing to know if you come to Thailand is do eat street food. Before coming here, we have been told by some very close-minded people to don't eat street food because it's dangerous. But we ate street food almost every day during our trip and we never got sick in Thailand. Street food is absolutely delicious. You can eat for a couple of dollars for a meal. When we were in Bangkok, we were always going in the stalls in Koh San Road and eating pad thai, that usually was 50 baht, which is around $2 Australian. And as I said, we were getting mango sticky rice for another 50 baht. We were going home very full after, and we spent only $4 Australian, more or less.
Street food does get more expensive the further south you go. Up north we might have paid $4 Australian, down south we might have paid 8. Now it doesn't really matter, it's still pretty delicious.
Yeah, it's also harder to find street food in the south, especially in the island, where you will mainly find restaurants. But if you go to Bangkok, Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, definitely the markets are the place to eat.
One thing Southeast Asia and Thailand in particular is famous for is the great bargains you can have if you like to do a bit of shopping. There's heaps of places to do whatever kind of shopping you like to do. So if you want to go clothes shopping, if you want to go luggage shopping, if you want to get, give me an example.
A watch, pet supplies, cute toys, you can literally find everything.
Yeah, and the places that we've found and that we like to do our shopping are the places at North Thailand. So places like Chiang Mai and Bangkok have huge markets and everything is relatively cheap to Western standards.
Personally, my favorite markets to buy clothes and souvenirs are the Chatuchak market in Bangkok. They have a very cheap clothes and they are very good quality. It's different from the usual touristy shop. It's actually a market in which local shops. It's a weekend market, so it's on only Friday night, Saturday and Sunday. So if you are in Bangkok during the weekend, you really need to visit it. It's huge, the biggest undercover market in Thailand, and some people say that it's actually the biggest undercover market in all Southeast Asia. It has more than 15,000 shops. Definitely worth a visit. Take all day, and when you go there, make sure to eat the walnut cookies because they're awesome.
There are places further south you will still find a bargain, and you might find things that are unique to the south. You might find handmade items, you might find necklaces or something similar that come from shells from the islands. Don't overlook the south either if you're doing a bit of shopping, because it's all good.
But it will be more expensive. Another of our favorite market to do shopping is the Sunday night market in Chiang Mai, and also the night bazaar that is on every night again in Chiang Mai.
Speaking of shopping, you're going to want to get some money out. If you come to Thailand, you need to convert your money or your local currency into Thai baht. You can do this in a lot of places. You can do these at currency exchange places. You can just withdraw directly from an ATM, or you can go to a bank. We found that the best option in terms of currency rate is going directly to the bank, and we like the Bangkok bank. Go in there, well, we've gone in there, we put down our card, we say we need to withdraw X amount of money from this card, and they do the rest, and the currency rate is dead accurate, so they won't try and rip you off or take your money at all. Top experience, can't say enough about Bangkok Bank. Currency exchange places, yes, they're convenient, but the currency exchange rate will be a little bit worse than you'll get directly from the bank themselves, but they're right there. So when we flew in, we exchanged our currency at the airport. We got a few thousand baht to get us around, and then from there we went to the bank to do the rest of our transaction. Lastly is the ATMs, and this is where you will run into not problems, but it will be more expensive. Firstly is the transaction fee of an ATM. When we withdraw, let's say 10,000 baht, we get slugged with a 220 baht fee just for using that ATM. So it's quite expensive there. Also, it comes up with an option. It says, would you like to exchange your money into Thai baht with this currency rate that's on the screen there?
But do you accept the conversion rate?
No, you never accept the conversion rate, because it's always a lot worse than what you'll find. So as soon as that message pops up, you go, no, I do not want to accept this conversion rate. You'll get your money and you won't be charged extra.
Another important thing, before coming to Thailand, I would recommend to go to your bank and let them know that you are coming to Thailand. Because the first time we tried to withdraw money, both our cards wouldn't give us anything. We solved this trying to go into a bank. The first bank we went to didn't allow us to withdraw money from the inside of the bank, so we ended up going to the Bangkok bank, and there we were able to withdraw our money without problems. And that's why we always go to the Bangkok bank now.
It's helpful to have a friend or someone local that lives in Thailand, so you can know a little bit of some secret lingo. Chiara has a friend here who has lived here for the last 8 years. She's studying the Thai language and she knows a little bit of the symbols. And she took us to a vegetarian restaurant because she knows Chiara's a vegetarian. Long story short is that there's a special symbol, and it looks like the numeral 17, that if it's displayed on a restaurant or up on the title of a restaurant or near food in general, it's a symbol for vegetarianism. So if you're a vegetarian or if you're a vegan and you're hunting for a place to eat, you have to look for this certain symbol put up on the screen, and that will mean that it's vegetarian in this shop.
You will find these restaurants usually in front of temples because the monks are vegan and that's where they will eat. If you are vegetarian or vegan, just so you know, you will find food options for you as well. If you are vegan, it might be a little bit harder. You will need to specify not to put eggs, but your meal will be quite poor. If you are vegetarian, you can eat a lot of rice or pad thai or noodles with tofu and eggs. If for you meat is a no-no, I would recommend to specify very well that you don't want chicken, beef, pork, or anything else. I always repeat it when I ask for food, because for some people chicken is not really meat. Fish is not meat either, however I eat fish, so I don't have any problem with this. If you do eat fish in the islands, absolutely eat fish, because is amazing, the best fish that I ever had. When you get food in Thailand, you will never be sure it is 100% vegetarian or vegan, because even if there is no meat in your plate, they might make the broth with chicken or beef or pork. If you are really strictly vegan or vegetarian, you will need to be very specific. I try to don't think about it. I think that one of the beauty of traveling is also experiencing different foods. So I will get a vegetarian option, and maybe there is some kind of meat broth hidden in there, but it doesn't matter so much for me. Well, I will try to don't think about it, as I said.
Last thing about Thailand that you should know, and that we're not very good at, is that it's expected that you should haggle with the vendors at markets and on the street, especially if there's no price displayed on an item. It's important to keep in mind that this is a friendly sort of banter haggling. They start at one price, you start at another, and eventually you meet a price that's mutually agreeable to both parties. If it starts to get aggressive, if it starts to get unfriendly, just walk away, it's not worth it. Very important, haggle with your tuk-tuk drivers. They're very expensive, and they will overcharge you through the roof if they can get away with it. It helps if you're not desperate and you can walk away at any time, but that's very important to remember that, yeah, just haggle with your tuk-tuk drivers.
Or download Grab and don't take tuk-tuk. I'm sorry to say that, because I'm sure there are a lot of great tuk-tuk drivers out there, but and honestly, taking a tuk-tuk is fun, so you should definitely try it at least once while you are in Thailand, but unfortunately, a lot of them will scam you, so be aware of that.
In our experience, the scams will happen more in the big cities like Bangkok or Chiang Mai, and overcharging will happen in general all over Thailand. But if you're a good haggler, it doesn't need to happen to you. Just remember, it is Thailand, things are cheaper here, and it is a developing nation. For you, it's a few dollars. For them, it might be a meal for their families. So when you're haggling, don't go too hard, you don't really need to.
Alright, we hope that this video was useful for you. If you have any other questions, please let us know in the comment, and especially if you have more recommendations for other travelers who will travel to Thailand, let us know in the comments as well, so everyone can benefit from these videos and your comment.
Yes, and if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, give it a like, give it a subscribe, share it amongst your friends, and we'll see you in the next one.